Eastover, South Carolina, and I'm talking to Amanda Malanuk, and we are at Hickory Top Farm, and you have an interesting aspect to this farm.
We do, Amanda. Our therapeutic riding program is so honored to be the new stewards of this 50-year-old farm. It's just a great place to have a permanent home for therapeutic riding in our community.
This is certainly different from what people think of as therapy. Why horses?
You know, Amanda, I used to work in the children's hospital and spend a lot of time with families and children coping with illness and emotional difficulty with trauma and things of that nature. And I quickly realized that horses have an amazing capacity to help with wellness and to help people heal. So I took my work from the children's hospital and took it outdoors to a farm and began in a therapeutic riding program in Charleston. And now we're doing it here at Hickory Top Farm.
It is exciting. And so from physical difficulties, how can a horse help?
So the horse provides a wonderful input. So the stimulation from the horse's movement and rotation helps people work on core strength and balance and alignment, as well as strengthen their motor skills.
You have a young person who started with you who I think has made tremendous progress.
Yes, young Ansel Bunch started with us when he was 3 years old, and Ansel has Charge syndrome, which has really affected his vision and his hearing, but mostly his muscle tone. So he was unable to walk without the help of a walker. And when he began riding with us, the three-dimensional rotation of the horse's movement provided input into his body. And so he had muscle-to-muscle contact with the horse's back and started creating muscle memory. And then his brain began to understand that forward rotation of his pelvis, which mimics the human walk. And in a short time, Ansel was able to stand up by himself, and then he began walking, and now Ansel runs. And it's just amazing to see what his relationship with the horse has not only done for his body, but also it's taught him some communication skills. He spent a lot of time in his early years riding with us, being very quiet, and now he gets on that horse and he says, "Walk on," and he's just so, he's found his leadership skills through the horse. It's been really great.
Yeah, you want little boys to be boisterous, and now we have a wonderfully joyful, boisterous little friend.
We really do.
But also the emotional benefits for certain people, it's just amazing. And so can you share some of those stories with us, please?
Yes, you know, it seems these days, especially since COVID, there's a lot of anxiety, and people are worried a lot of the time, or they're depressed and they're kind of withdrawn from all of the isolation. And so learning to have a relationship with a horse who offers a very trusting, present being with someone with anxiety helps them learn to slow down their breath cycle, how to relax. And we always encourage not only our riders, but our staff and our volunteers to leave their worries at the gate. And that's actually the first thing we do when we arrive. Before we get with the horses, everyone leaves their worries at the gate. And then they become in partnership with the horses.
And autism, which is being diagnosed and recognized more, also seems to respond.
It does. You know, autism, social skills, horses really do a wonderful job of helping people make eye contact. You've got to understand how to approach the horse from the horse's perspective, which means you come to the side and you walk into their personal space, but you also have to wait and let the horse come into your space as well. And someone challenged with autism can really gain those life skills in working with the horses, and from there, then they learn to ride. And so we start at the ground and then we get up on the horse, and it transfers into other communication skills and using your voice and especially your intention. You know, intention is a word we use a lot here at this farm because we want people to have a picture in their mind of what they're trying to accomplish. And so if you can use the power of your mind to convey your intentions, you can accomplish a lot, especially on the back of a horse.
Amanda, it is Hickory Top Farm because you want this to involve the community and not just be a program for people who have the therapeutic needs.
Yes, we are reestablishing Hickory Top Farm as a community resource, and we are really excited to work with different community partners such as our local elementary schools. We're starting a literacy in horses program where school groups can come out and engage with the horses. And when they're reading stories to the horse, they're having to find their confidence and project their voices and find fluency and rhythm in their storytelling capacity. And when doing that, horses are drawn in to things that feel good, and it has nice calm energy. And so the horse will come all the way down to the page of the book and be very interested and be the best audience an emerging reader has ever heard.
I think I know where my children's bedtime storybooks are. I'm going to go and get one and come back and practice my reading with the horses. But right now I want to go and meet one of your riders who's here, who has a very interesting story of his own.
Yes, Winston Ridley began with us 2 years ago, and he started his horsemanship experience by learning how to approach the horse, and has gained so many skills since that time, and has really developed a long-lasting relationship with Rain, his horse. And so I'm very excited for you to witness his ability to communicate on the ground and while he's riding with Rain.
Well, thank you for the work you're doing, therapeutic riding out here at Hickory Top Farm, and thank you for letting us come today and learn about this fascinating and extremely beneficial program.
Thank you, Amanda. It's been wonderful to be with you.
Winston, thank you for letting me watch your workout with your horse today.
You're welcome.
What is her name?
Her name is Rain.
Well, she's a lovely, gentle animal.
Yes, ma'am, she is. Rain and I had pretty good friendship.
And we're at Hickory Top Farms. What do you like about coming out here?
What I like about going to Hickory Top Farm is that it is beautiful, peaceful, and it has a lot of pretty land. And the arena's so gorgeous.
And today you were working out in the arena. Tell me how you first approached Rain and then how y'all got into the arena.
We first approached Rain by greeting the horse, by patting the mane, withers, and smiling the hands as a greeting to say hello. And Rain loves that so much.
So that y'all can establish a feeling between each other and remind each other of how much y'all like each other, maybe.
Yes, ma'am. This is called love and affection of horses.
Well, she's easy to love, I agree with you. And then when you got inside the arena, you need to check some things before you begin. Tell me some of the processes you go through, please.
Before riding the horse, we had to check the horse equipment by checking the stirrups and to match the arm length if they're the same.
Oh.
And that they're the same. And now we looked at the stirrups to see if they're even.
Okay.
And that they're straight and even.
So you got all the equipment check done, but now you've got to get on the horse. How do you do that?
We get on the horse by using reins and mane first on the left hand.
Did you use the mounting block first?
Yes, ma'am. I used the
I
mounting
see.
block first, and then I climb up onto it. But first, I put my left feet on the left stirrup.
Oh.
And holding the manes and reins, and the right part of the seat. And then I swiftly swing the leg by getting onto the horse, and the right feet got into my stirrup by squeezing both legs to make the horse walk. And I would start the warm-up lap by using upper body warm-ups like swinging the arms, twisting the arms, and swinging arm circles 5 times. And so after the warm-up lap, we practiced the horseback riding lessons by using 2-point precision.
What is 2-point precision?
two-point position is when the horse rider holds onto the reins tightly and squeezing the neck and making the legs bend, and it makes the legs stand up. This is called balance and coordination.
You look like some people think you just do things by kicking the horse and using the reins, but it looks to me like you use your body weight and the insides of your thighs. Tell me how you try to get a good seat on the horse.
You get onto the good seat of the horse by sitting tall, nice and straight, like a tall person, by using great posture like this. This is how we sit tall.
Your instructor, Lindsay, was helping you get started with some of the warm-ups.
Yes, ma'am.
And y'all have had a good relationship. What were some of the things she was encouraging you to try today?
She encouraged me to try to do the walk-call transitions by playing red light, green light. And it was my favorite part of horseback riding lessons.
What's so much fun about that?
What is so much fun about playing red light, green light is that I get to repeat patterns of walk-halt transitions.
At one point you were doing some trotting on the horse, and tell me how you prepare for that and what you do while you're trotting, please.
In order to prepare to trot a horse, I have to squeeze both legs and make a clucking sound and say trot, and then the horse trots, which is also my favorite part of horseback riding lesson.
So that part is fun too, because you get to do a lot more activities. And again, you're explaining to me that you're using different parts of your body. It's not like just telling the horse to do something. You're using your body to talk to the horse, I think.
I'm using my body to talk to horses with my arms and legs and the voice as a way to communicate to horses.
You went in and out of cones, and you had to really get Rain to cooperate. Tell me how you did that.
I used direct rein steering to weave the cones so that Rain can turn left on the cones, and the left hand is the inside hand, and the right hand is the outside hand. And when I use the right hand as an inside hand, the horse turns right, and the left hand will be the outside hand.
You have a lot of thoughts to keep straight in your mind while you're doing this. I guess you really focus on what you're doing and don't think about other things, perhaps.
Yes, ma'am.
I can see that that's important. But then I think both you and Rain earned a little bit of relaxing. Tell me about cooling down.
It's important that we have to do the cool down lap by making the body relax. Right, like twisting the ankles, pointing the toes up and down, just to make the feet relax, right? And I twisted my arms just to make arms relax as well.
Do you think Rain is relaxing too?
Yes, ma'am. Rain is always relaxed.
After you get off, I think you want to use positive reinforcement to thank her. How do you do that?
I use positive reinforcement by patting the withers to tell Rain good job, and she appreciates that. And I appreciate Rain by their hard work paying off. And I'm grateful for that.
Thank you for telling us about coming to Hickory Top, and I hope you'll get to come back and keep on enjoying it for many years.
You are so welcome. My pleasure.